This lesson is on adding and subtracting polynomials. So before we talk about polynomials, let's talk about a monomial. So a monomial is a real number, a variable, or a product of a real number and one or more variables with whole number exponents. All right, so here, these are all examples of monomials. All right, so one of the things with monomials is being able to name them. And we name them based upon their degree. And so the degree, if you look, here's 5x. The degree is based off of the exponent on the variable. And so 5x, there's an exponent of 1 on the x, so the degree is 1. Now, if you have multiple variables, then you add up the exponents. So here we have a 3 and a 2. You add those together, and this would be a 5th degree monomial. What if there's no variables at all? Well, if there's no variables, then the degree is 0. All right, so here's a couple examples. So, one second, let me get my pen here. Remember, on this x and this y, there's actually a variable of 1. So if we add those together, this would be a 2nd degree monomial because the exponents add up to 2. Likewise, there's a 1 on this z. So when you add 4 and 1, you get a 5th degree monomial. And then if there's no variables at all, like I said, it's a 0 degree monomial. All right, so that's monomials. So adding and subtracting monomials. Again, the topic is about polynomials, but we're going to first talk about monomials. So find each sum or difference. So since these have the same variable factors, these are like terms, and so we can add these together, and this just becomes 8x squared. Likewise, these have the same variable factors, so we can combine them together. So you can only do this if the variable factors are exactly the same. That means the same letters and the same exponents. So 4 minus, remember there's a 1 here that's not written, so this would be 3x cubed y. Negative 6x to the 4th plus 11x to the 4th would be 5x to the 4th. And then the last one here, 2 minus 7, we have negative 5x squared y to the 4th. Notice I'm not adding or subtracting the exponents. So the variable factors just stay the same. Okay, so that's one mistake I forgot to mention. A lot of times students will add these and put like x to the 8th. So you're only adding the coefficients of the variable factors. And as far as degree goes, so this is a 2nd degree. This is a 4th degree, 3 plus 1. This is a 4th degree. This is a 6th degree. All right, so let's talk about polynomials now. So a polynomial is a monomial or a sum of monomials. So if you have a sum of monomials, we call that a polynomial. Mono means 1. Poly means more than 1. So this is a polynomial. So if we look at the degree of each monomial, this is a 4th degree, 2nd degree, 1st degree, 0 degree. When you're writing a polynomial, to put it in the correct form, you put the highest degree first, and then they go in descending order. And as far as the degree of a polynomial, the degree is the same as the highest degree monomial. So we don't add these together. We would just say this is a 4th degree polynomial. Okay, so put them in order from highest degree to lowest degree. The degree of the polynomial is the degree of the highest monomial. Now, when we get to polynomials, we name them based upon degree and the number of monomials that it contains. And then we have names that also go with the degree. So instead of just saying 0 degree, 1 degree, 2 degree, here's a table of the names. So this is 0 degree, we call that a constant. 1 degree is linear, 2 degree is quadratic. Notice we're naming the degrees based off the highest degree monomial. So this is the highest degree, which is 2. We call that a quadratic. 3rd degree we call cubic. fourth degree we call fourth degree. Yeah, I know. Why don't we just call the rest of these 1, 2, and 3? Well, we don't. So fourth degree because that's the highest degree monomial here. So that's the name based off of the degree. Then we put a name based off the number of terms. So this is 1 term, 2 terms, 3 terms, 1, 3. So 1 term is a monomial. 2 terms is a binomial, bi meaning 2. 3 terms is a trinomial, tri meaning 3. So write each polynomial in standard form and name it. So standard form means we want the highest degree first. So we would put this, because it's second degree, before this, which is first degree. So we would rewrite this as 4x squared plus 3x. And then they want us to name this. So it's a second degree, so that's quadratic. And then you have to name it based upon the number of monomials. So it's got 2 monomials, so it's a quadratic binomial. All right, so let's look at this one. Highest degree first, so that means 5x to the third comes first. The 7x and the 4x we can combine together. So those are like terms. So we can combine those to get 11x and then minus 1. So the highest degree here is 3, so this is a third degree. That's called a cubic. And then it's got 3 terms, so that's a cubic trinomial. If I can write today. All right, last one here. So highest degree is 8x squared plus 2x. It's plus because that's a positive 2x. And then minus 3. So second degree, it's quadratic. 3 terms, it's trinomial. So quadratic trinomial. And this is something that you really need to memorize. So a lot of tests will ask you to name polynomials, and you have to know these names. All right, so adding or subtracting polynomials. So what you're doing here basically is you're just combining like terms. So they have to have the same variable factors. So this x squared can be combined with this x squared. So that's negative 7.1 plus 21x squared. So that's 13.9 x squared. Then we can combine the x's. Let me switch colors here. We'll combine the x's. That's a negative 180x. The symbol in front belongs to it. Minus 140x. So negative 180 minus 140 is negative 320x. And then last, combine the numbers. And so that would be plus 7,700. So if you were naming this, this is second degree. So what's the name for second degree? Quadratic. So this is quadratic because it's second degree. 3 terms, so it's a trinomial. Quadratic trinomial. All right, let's look at one more. So I'm going to combine the x cubes, that's the highest degree. Oh, let me back up. Hold on. Almost forgot something. So this minus sign here is minus what's in the parentheses. So that means this minus sign needs to get distributed in here. So I'm going to rewrite this as x cubed minus 3x squared plus 5x minus 7x cubed minus 5x squared plus 12. So I distributed the minus into here, here, and here. Okay? So now we can combine the x cubes, x cubed. So x cubed minus 7x cubed, that's 1 there, right? 1x cubed minus 7x cubed is negative 6x cubed. Combine the x squared. Switch colors real quick. So I have this and this. It's negative 3 minus 5, so that's negative 8x squared. And then I have the plus 5x, and then the plus 12. So this is a third degree. So what's the name for third degree? It is cubic. So this is cubic. And we didn't talk about 4 terms, but it's a quadnomial. All right, so that's it. So that's polynomials, adding and subtracting them. So hopefully that was helpful to you. If so, give it a like and a subscribe. Until next time.